I think in general, in the past 5 years, I found myself enjoying video games less.
Really?
Because I have this feeling that I should be doing something else. And it ruins the games for me. And it's awful.
You don't know. Let me say something to you, my friend.
I didn't always have that. And that's how I clocked 2,000 hours.
Manifest it. You manifest things in your life. You know that, right?
Tell me more. I need help, dude. What else?
I'm going to tell you a little story about me, okay, my friend?
Yeah.
If you ask any comedian, I'm the laziest of them all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't write.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't eat well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm on the border of death, I think. I am.
You're rotting from
I'm
the
rotting
feet up.
right now. Yeah, from the feet up.
Yeah.
I don't exercise. I don't shower. I don't do much, okay? But a lot of good things have happened in my life. Do you know why?
Why is that?
I visualize.
I
and
can't
I believe. And I believe.
Mm.
And
Well,
if you don't have belief, you have nothing.
You were just saying before we went on that you were in a little fender bender and you were visualizing your way out of it, right?
Yeah. I do that a lot. I try to think positive thoughts, right? And the outcome of things are going to be great for me.
How do you explain that?
I'm going to explain it to you
You
right
really
now.
like visualize what it would be, like what it is that you want. Exactly.
Yeah, I'll give you an example, okay? On Barham Boulevard, all right, if you go around that bend, you drive by Warner Brothers Studio. And in Warner Brothers Studio, they have these gigantic billboards of their shows, okay? So it's like, and every time I drove by there, I would be haunted by like, you know, these posters. And in my head, I'm like, I want to be on a Warner Brothers show. So
You were haunted because you wanted to be on it?
because it
and
caused
was
me a
like
lot of pain.
It was a reminder
because
that
all my
weren't on
friends
it.
were on it, right? And I'd be
Right,
like,
right.
oh.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be on a billboard there, right? So that I can cause my enemies pain.
Right. No other
That's
reason.
the only reason why to be on the show.
You want to be grinning up there on all
yeah,
these
yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah,
losers.
yeah. I want I have a lot of enemies. I have like 10 of them.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, and I want them to be stuck in traffic there, and then see my billboard there, or like me on a billboard,
Grinning,
and
beaming.
and going, hey, you know, it's happening for me, right?
Right.
And to cause them pain, right? So I
Wonderful.
try to visualize myself.
Do you visualize them suffering or you on the billboard?
both?
That sounds positive to me.
Yeah, really positive, right?
That sounds healthy.
We're very healthy, right? It's revenge in a spiritual way. I love it, right?
Right.
And so then what happened was, I got on a Warner. I don't know if they haven't had. There's no billboard there yet.
But it could happen.
I
You're
think
on the way.
we have a Warner. I'm on a Warner Brothers show that they own, and guess how that show happened?
How?
I visualized it.
So, okay.
Listen, they called me. I didn't even audition. They just called me one day and they go, "Do you want to be on this? They offered you this thing," and I go, "Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. This is happening. My plan is happening."
Did you tell them that?
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
This is
No,
according
they're
to my
like,
plan.
okay. And then I did the table read. I did the pilot. It got picked up, and now it's on.
so let me.
Congrats, by the way.
Yeah, first of all, yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, do you meditate on this? Like, how does the visualization take
When
place?
I'm playing Stardew Valley.
You split your
Yeah.
attention?
Yeah,
No, no,
multitask.
because when pumpkins are growing, you know how pumpkins grow. You
real life or in
plant
the
no
game?
in the game.
In the game.
You plant.
You sleep, you go in, you come out, they grow a little bit.
Yeah, right. So when I'm watching, I'll sometimes just watch the screen and just stare at my pumpkin patches.
I gotta
Right?
play it now.
You're gonna love it. You'll love it.
It sounds almost like more meditative than, or I mean, as much meditative as game.
Yes.
You sort out all your issues.
Yeah, I also have visualized because they're like little pixelated characters, but I also visualize little sexual things with the people in the village.
Jesus Christ. Is there a billboard of you on WB and
There
your
will be.
farm?
Yeah, there will be.
Looking down on all your
Yeah,
enemies?
looking down on all the other villagers. Yes, but
So-
sometimes I'll be playing it and I'll just be looking at my farm, and I'll visualize things. You know, so that's all.
So do you just hold on to the image, or do you think about like things happening?
You
or
know,
is it just an
I'm
image?
half joking, but I'll be. This is the real honest truth.
well,
I'm going to tell you the honest
yeah,
truth.
because I know. Okay,
I'm going to tell you the honest truth,
yeah.
okay? And then because I don't want people to think that I'm a fucking asshole.
Okay.
All right. The honest truth is this: is that yes, I'm lazy, right? But I also there's a thing that I do where I believe that things are going to happen for me.
confidence. It's belief.
It's
Faith.
just I just believe it.
Yeah.
And then I'll still show up to auditions and I'll show up to things, and I don't stress out about things, and things just kind of they happen, and It's because I've always been like that, I think, in retrospect, where I just kind of, why would I continue to do something horrible like open mics for like 7, 8 years of struggling if I didn't believe that something was going to happen?
Yeah.
And I think the same with you. You do it. I think that this podcast is something that you manifested. So you do it as well.
Yeah. No, I relate to that. And
I think
I think you manifested her. Look what a beautiful wife. She's bright. She's foreign. She's got exotic tendencies. I love it.
Yeah, she does have exotic
Thank
tendencies. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I worked my ass off for this one.
Yeah. I don't think you
what's the
did though.
difference.
He did.
Bro,
He did?
I put in the
He did.
work. A guy like this, what were we talking about earlier?
Like, what did
Man.
he do?
Well, I just didn't. I pursued.
I didn't think it would be an option for me because I was in Israel and he was here.
Right.
So I was like completely like didn't even
You didn't even think about him.
think about it.
And then what
but
happened for him to sway you?
He kept like we started talking on Skype, but it was just very, I don't know, persistent. I don't
That's
know.
right.
He
But
kept going and going. Yeah.
it's just like
See, when you know, you know.
I think he had
Yeah,
a
there was.
lot of moments to just give up, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So
I did have a feeling of like rightness in it. I don't know what this means.
What does this mean?
It's something. But there was a reason that I pursued it,
Because when you meet, because people are like snowflakes. They're
Right.
all individuals.
Right.
And when you see the snowflake of your heart,
Right.
can I say that?
You absolutely can say that. The snowflake
you
in
need
my
to
heart.
pursue that snowflake with all your might and your energy. When I matched with Kalila on Tinder, I liked her legs and I like her eyeballs.
Really?
Yeah. And I went, that's it. And when I met her face to face, we sat at a coffee shop. I go, this is going to be it. I can feel it. I need to pursue
Really?
this. Yeah.
How long you guys been together?
5 years,
5 years.
now.
Oh my God. God bless.
You don't listen, do you?
No, a lot of times it's just I'm just staring at it.
Yeah. I like your eyebrows.
You do?
Yeah, they're thick and thin at the same time.
Thank you.
Don't do that. I don't like them. Don't do that.
It's out. Compliment
I can't do
rescinded.
that.
Um,
Yeah, that's me. What's up?
I don't know. I got
Well,
distracted with the eyebrow.
there's a
gag.
lot to the visualizing that I think is true. Where it sounds kind of weird at first, but when you think about it, it's just really being focused on something.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I was always
That's true.
Yeah, and I
That-
was always a negative guy. Like I've been to 4 drug rehabs in my. I've been struggling with drug addiction, and when I was younger, I was suicidal, and then I think when I got sober in my early 20s, I got my teens, my late teens, and I stayed sober. I realized that there's got to be something to this, like, because my life right now is just so dark and negative, and I'm not
Yeah.
getting money, and I have no dreams. That I just shifted my mental, the way I perceived.
How did you
life.
do that? How did you accomplish something? And that's a feat.
Well, I think because there's a thing in, like, if you're at 12-step groups, people think everything, because you believe in this concept of God, right? So then you kind of think, there's a step in it. The third step was you turn your life and your will over to the care of God, right? So you practice that at first, right? You go, and so in your head, if you think that there is this loving God, not Jesus. I don't believe in Jesus, but you believe that there's this entity
Something.
and energy that wants good things, then you have to use it. So I think that's when I started, like, really kind of going, you know what, I'm going to try this thing of, like, praying. And also, I was at a meeting once, and this old man came up to me, and there's this place called North Park Men's Meeting. It was on a Friday night, and I went and I spoke at this thing, right? And then afterwards, this old man, I never saw him before or after this. He goes, "Hey, kid, there's something about you. You should do comedy."
Really?
And I go, "What?"
And that was the catalyst?
And he goes, "You should just try to do some sort of amateur night or something." He pulled me aside to say this to me, right? And in my head, you can look at that incident and go, "Oh, it's just some random old
Right.
crazy man." Or the way I looked at it was, this is some sort of
A sign.
a sign. So an unbelievable thing happened. I was working at a coffee shop. This is like 4 or 5 months after I ran into this man, and the coffee shop closed. But right next door was a comedy club, and I went next door to get there was a help wanted sign, another sign, in my head.
Yeah.
It could be just a random coincidence,
Right.
but I don't look at it that way.
Something.
So I knocked on the
yeah.
door, and this guy answered. He's like, "What do you want?" It was like the manager of the club. I go, "There's a sign, that says that you need a bar back." All right, you're the guy from next door. I go, "Yeah." He goes, "All right." And then and then I was washing dishes, and I saw the open mic night one night, and I went, I want to try it. Right? So everything,
great.
And you remembered that one
Yeah.
guy.
So what I'm just saying is that you could look at life as a series of coincidences, and but I don't look at life like that. I believe that you and I, us three, were meant to be here at this moment.
Wow.
And we're here together. I really do believe that, and that's why I'm
specific.
here,
Right.
and that's why I'm enjoying myself.
Me too, by the way. God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
God.
That's a great story. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that
It's like grace. I don't know. It's like it's a beautiful thing.
yeah, when things like that, like I'll give you one last example of it. There was this woman. Well, I was working the back door at the Comedy Store. I was a doorman in the Hollywood, and I was broke, and I was checking IDs, and there was a lady there. Her name was Anne. And she would look confused, and I go, "Can I help you?" And she's like, "I hate this club. I don't know how to get in this club." And I go, "What's your name?" She goes, "My name's Anne." And I go, "You know what? I'm going to sneak you in the back." I snuck her in. I bought her a glass of wine that I don't know why, but I just want to be nice to another human being. And she goes, at the end of the night, she goes, "Hi, I'm an agent."
Whoa.
And I go, "Yeah, but that's not what happened." And then she
Okay.
goes, "But anyway, my name is Anne, and what's your name?" "My name is Bobby Lee." She goes, "You're a comedian?" I go, "Yeah." And then when I tested for Mad TV, she was an executive there.
What? And she remembered you.
Oh my
Now, I
God.
don't know if
That had
it's all
anything
if that had
yeah.
anything to do with it, this and that, but
Didn't hurt.
in my head, it's all connected in that way. You know?
Wow, that's really cool.
And now probably all of your listeners are probably thinking that I'm a fraud
Nope.
and that
No.
I'm a deceiver and I live in black magic, but I don't.
I don't
You know what I mean?
think
I
anyone-
believe that what I'm saying is there is some sort of foundation and truth to it.
So when you think of God, how do you imagine that being that gave you the grace to?
I can't believe that. I cannot believe that like Catholicism or Judaism or they all have separate gods. I have to believe that at the end of the day, it's all one thing, all right? And people are just calling it a different thing. I think that I don't know what it is. I don't have a religious doctrine that I read, like the Bible or the, or the Book of Mormon, or
When you pray, do you speak to some?
No, I just kind of go. I just believe in some there's an energy that's positive and that wants pretty much good things for me.
I like that.
Yeah.
But
I like that as a general
I could be
doctrine.
completely wrong.
Well, what does it matter? What's
but
wrong
I
and
really
right?
do. I really do believe it, and I'm not changing my belief. Okay.